we all knew each other. We had all had a good time together during Summer Institute. We're still talking to each other. But at the same time, Juan came to me. He's like, yo, dude, I'm starting up a Latino fraternity.
Juan definitely placed the seed to the idea of establishing this Latino multicultural fraternal organization within the campus.
Juan was pretty sincere when he approached me and said, hey, listen, I got this idea. And he said, let's go talk about this thing,
And I remember back then that Juan Diaz came up to me one time and he said, he's like, I want to start a Latino fraternity. And I looked at him and I was like, wow, that's a great idea.
We had a meeting and the rest I did was General Assembly. And then that's when I said, hey, I'm going to start this, so we're going to have like, a intro, like a beginning meeting. And Willie's like, hey, I wanted to get involved. Remember that?
Yeah.
General Assembly, the rest of it. And I started passing the word around, and Willie jumped on board right away, actually. He was like one of the first ones. And then we started hitting stuff. And he picks me up at Centennial Hall, and it's him and this other guy named Chewy. And then, so he picks me up. We go to the coffee shop.
Yeah, the coffee shack.
Yeah.
Coffee shack.
November 11th, 1997.
Yeah.
It was actually Mo coming up to me, asking me, yo, Juan is doing this Latino fraternity, you want to join? At that point in time, obviously Mo being one of my closest friends, even then I had to tell him, I was like, yo, I thought it was just like a Latino fraternity. He's like, I'm not Latino.
Back then, and this is a true statistic, but back then in '97, out of 65,000 university students, there was 147 Latino students at the university. Yeah, we saw the need for it. We saw the need that we needed a support system that would focus, more important, on academics, which is why we were at the university, and second, make an impact in our community.
Something must have happened that was miraculous in our lives. Somebody must have opened a door or a set of doors that allowed us to walk through and get to where we are today. So we figured, why not take this opportunity to invest our time and efforts to get other people educated and promote the same ideals that we had about life and about culture and about getting people together and building a community. The initial inception of Sigma Lambda Beta became reality as a result of many of us believing in the ability to help others because we'd seen the struggles that many of us had to go through. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was essentially a communal, collective thought as to let's improve the quality of life for others.
I knew it'd be something great just based on the fact that these 11 other individuals and I shared the same values, were hard workers, and knew that we were doing something that hadn't been done before here at the U. So
it was a long, painful, arduous process. And it's painful as you're going through it. 182 days is a long, long, long time. What made me keep going was the fact that I had these guys with me, these guys that I knew. I wasn't going to let them down.
It was a good thing for me. I'm glad we were on that long. I'm glad it was something we had to work for because it meant so much more.
And that process really, really made us understand that there was a larger reason, a more holistic reason than the letters Sigma Lambda Beta. We felt like it was beneath us to not go through it. And as we went through it, we finally began to realize, why it's so important for us to persist.
People that wind up joining this organization with are my friends after 12 years, making them the longest friends I've ever had in my entire life. These are actually my brothers. They're my family away from my family. Also, the additional bond that you get, it's more than just these casual friendships that you have. We have a common purpose in having gone through this process.
It really, defined, I think for all of us, how we saw ourselves and how we related to each other. The case in point is, John 2 and I are best of friends. And, you know, it's definitely that the fraternity played a key role in that, but our relationship became to the point where we don't just see each other as fraternity brothers, we see each other as blood brothers. You know, his family looks after me, my family looks after him. It's that sort of relationship building that Sigma Lambda Beta has done for many of us that cannot be replicated, I think, in you know, ordinary college settings.
You know, my mother tells me all the time, man, ¿Cuándo te vas a dejar eso? ¿Cuándo te vas a dejar? And what she's saying is, when are you going to leave them alone? Like, they don't really understand this idea of friendship, and I think it's a different part of our lives that is fabulous. It's timeless. It's something very beautiful. It's beautiful.
I would say that because the men that I've met through the fraternity, my chapter brothers, are some of the most successful people I know. And then being able to meet guys with different backgrounds, seeing their experiences, being able to relate to them, made a big difference in who I am today. Probably one of the largest impacts, besides my immediate family, has been Sigma Lambda Beta.
Because they supported me academically during a time period when my grades were suffering. I had other personal issues going on, and they supported me as well as challenged me. I credit my graduating from the University of Minnesota to my fraternity brothers. I don't know what my life would be like, you know, if I didn't have the fraternity. I feel that if the fraternity wasn't part of my life, there would be a big void.